Hello children. Today on day 2 of our studies, we are going to continue with our chapter 1. In previous class, I have explained you about history, when, where and how, time frames in history, how the Britishers did the activities and what was done during the time of Britishers. So now in the second half of the chapter, we are going to study about sources of modern history. Now tell me one thing, can you guess what are the sources of history? Or what do you mean by sources? Sources means which gives us some information. Or in terms of history we can say clues and evidences on the basis of which history is written is called as the sources of history. Just take an example from our home only. If somebody asks you to write about your grandfather, will you be able to write yourself? No. You will be taking the help either of your mother or your father. So when you take the help of your mother and father, they will be the source of knowing about your grandfather. It means the person who tells us about what we want, that is called as the source of history. In the same manner, when we talk about history, or the time periods in history, clues or evidences which tells us about past and according to which we write history are known as the sources of history. When we discuss about modern history, the sources of modern history changes from time to time. Britishers have used many sources to study about modern history. And the historians have divided the sources as per primary and secondary. But the source depend on the time period to which the historians are studying and what all happened during that time. Sources are of two types, primary and secondary. Primary source which are present, which we can see. Secondary sources which are derived from the primary sources. So in this chapter 2, we are going to study about some of the primary as sources and we are going to discuss about them. As there are sources to study every period of history, in the same manner some general sources to study about modern period of history are official records or surveys or the biographies of the people. So first of all, we are going to discuss about official records. So what are official records? The records which are related to something official are called as official records. Initially, the Britishers were habitual of writing down everything. It means whatever plans they make, whatever investigation they do, whatever are their policies, whatever decisions they take, all the agreements, everything they used to write down. And in this manner, when they used to write everything, there are so many written documents which are preserved by the Britishers. And it was very easy to discuss those matters when something isn't written. For example, in a class 2, when we are discussing a chapter, we tell you to write important points or we tell you to write the question answers. Why? Because once when you write the things, it's very easy to recall those things and to study everything. In the same manner, when the Britishers used to write everything, it was very easy to discuss all the matters which are in the written form. So there were so many documents. So till the end of 19th century, many documents which are written by the Britishers, they were being written in the form of books, or the calligraphist, they noted it down very beautifully so that it can be preserved for the later years and the people can use it. And for preserving these, the Britishers have created archives and museum. And one of them is the National Archive Museum. Here till now, many of the documents which are written by the Britishers are being preserved. Next we are going to study about surveys. Do you know what is survey? Survey means to find out and record the features and to plan out for something in future. It means when you are going to find out the facts about a particular thing and you are going to record it, and later on it will be preserved for future so that plans can be made out for betterment in future. That is termed as surveys. Britishers were more interested in conducting surveys so that they can plan out for future. Some of the general surveys which the Britishers used to conduct are revenue surveys, zoological surveys, botanical surveys, forest surveys, etc. All these types of surveys were frequently conducted during the time of Britishers so that they can plan out for future. Revenue survey was basically conducted in the village areas. Here this survey is conducted to know about the topography, condition of soil, the features, crop yielding, which methods are used for cropping, so that the Britishers should be aware of what the people are earning by following these practices. You might be aware of as revenue means the money which is earned or income. So revenue system was basically, or revenue survey was basically conducted to know about the earning of the people so that in the same proportion taxes can be collected from the people. Other type of surveys which were conducted were related to the life of the people. From the end of 19th century, Britishers even conducted census surveys. What do you mean by census? Census means to know the population. When the Britishers conducted census surveys, they came to know about total number of people living in a province. It even gave them a detailed information about the religion of the people, the caste, their economic conditions and the standard of their living. But whatever surveys they have done, that was exclusively from the side of the Britishers, and those surveys did not give us the exact condition of the poor people or the common people living in our country. So that was not at all accurate from the part of Indians. Whatever the Britishers want, they only focused on those things. So when we need to know about the actual conditions of the people or the society, we need to depend on some other sources of history. So now we are going to discuss about other sources of history other than the reports and surveys. When we talk about modern history, the other sources of history are many as per the community or as per the society. Initially in the earlier times, very few people know to read and write. But in the modern times, many people know to read and write. So when they know to write, many people starting expressing their anger, frustration, disappointment and dissatisfaction towards the Britishers. So in that term, some women also, they learn how to write. So the first woman who learned to write and she expressed her views was Rasundari Devi. She was the first woman who has written in Bengali in 1876 named Amar Jeevan. So when we talk that many people learned how to express their opinions, their anger, their frustration and their feelings. So in this manner, other sources of information about modern history are letters, reports, diary writing, autobiographies, accounts of pilgrims and travelers, popular books, newspapers, stories, poems and novels, books or newspapers which are having the ideas and feelings of political leaders and reformers, journals, editorials and articles in newspapers and magazines. All these literary sources tells us more about the modern history. because as modern history is very rarely related to the archaeological sources or coins or inscriptions or manuscripts. So the main source to know about modern history are these literary sources. So this was all about the chapter. Now we are going to revise the chapter. So summary of the chapter. Modern period of history starts from 1750 AD to India after independence. Modern period is characterized by industrialization, urbanization, colonization, scientific progress, rationalism and humanism. In 1817, James Mill divided the history of India into three periods: Hindu, Muslim and British. Historians generally divide the past into three periods: the ancient period, the medieval period and the modern period. Modernity is related to the growth of science, reason, equality, democracy and liberty. Colonization refers to the practice by which a powerful country controls another country. The main source of history of modern period are official records, surveys, personal diaries, accounts of pilgrims and travelers, autobiographies, newspapers, journals, popular books, etc. Rasundari Dasi was the first woman to write an autobiography named Amar Jeeban in Bengali in 1876. The first All India census was attempted in 1872. So this is the brief review of the chapter. So now start preparing your notes. This much for now. Goodbye. Stay home. Stay safe.